I supply the mother of pearl and abalone materials that a lot of the inlays are made, especially on high-end guitars with Martin and Paul Reed Smith and Taylor and Gibson, Fender, everything from dots to edge strips to the stuff that goes into the $1 million guitar that Martin had a couple of years ago. So that material originates with us, and then other shops cut it for them.
Wait a minute. Did you just try to slam it on your hand?
Well, I've been lifting and lowering this 2,500 times a day since the NAMM show began.
Put your fingers in there?
I'll show you how much confidence I have in the product.
And there's nobody here to help. So what's the assist?
Well, the lid weighs approximately 78 pounds. We have pneumatic cylinders built into a special type of hedge that clamps onto the piano. It does not damage the piano in any way. It can be used on any type of grand piano.
Guitar Hero has a strum bar and 5 colored buttons. How you play the game is when a color reaches the bottom of the fretboard here, you hold down that colored button while strumming it when it hits the bottom of the board. But that only applies to the notes that have a black ring on the top. For notes with a white glowing top, once you strum the black note that comes before them, you have to tap the colors that come after if they have a glowing white top.
And this Armenian teacher was versed in jazz. His love was that kind of music, you know, a little bit older, like Barney Kessel, that type of Johnny Smith, that kind of jazz guitar playing. So I had learned, because that was what he taught, the theory of, you know, chord scale melodies and that type of jazz instruction. But I was growing up in the rock era, in the pop era, so I absorbed that on my own. But I had a very good training from the other side, and the combination of the two was actually perfect. It really kind of paved the way for my developing into the player that I am, and getting the kind of gig that I landed when I was 19 years old, which is Korea. So.
When did you?
Tony, why are you at the NAMM show this year?
First of all, thanks for having me, and nice to talk to you. Like many musicians, I come to NAMM for the whole 4 days for a few reasons: to see the new gear, to experiment and find out what's going on, and also to be there for the instruments and pedals that I endorse, so that we have a very good relationship. In other words, Music Man basses, I've been playing them forever. They've given me more than one bass, and so the least I can do for them is return the favor and be at their booth and greet people who come in, sign autographs. They usually have, for guys like me, they have 8x10 photos of us to sign for the people who come by. And it's also fun, and this time, not every time, but this time I'm also playing. I play Ampeg amps, and they set up a room for me to play with my band, Stickmen, where we played 2 concerts, and I played another concert with Terry Bozzio last night. So there you go, that's what I'm doing here. Thanks. But let me say, it was really great to talk to you, and great to be here, and one of the many things that goes on in NAMM, and I'm especially grateful that the band that was very loud stopped playing just as we started this. So that was lucky. So I'm going to say goodbye, and thank you for having me.